Instagram live interviews with MistaRye and the Bubble podcast are back. If you're an artist, a content creator, or just someone who has a story to tell, we want to bring you on the show to let folks get to know the person behind the talent. We're not just talking music, we're talking activism, business ownership, and so much more. So if you're ready to get more support for your craft and gain more listeners for your music, hit up MistaRye on Instagram for all the details on how to be our next guest.
Streetwise, Intellect, Productions.
All right, what's happening, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Bubble Podcast Interviews. This one is a nice one. I like to kind of mix it up for y'all to see that there are beginners out there that are nervous when they get in front of a camera answering questions that they're not even ready for. And this is one of those interviews. But my man, Champ Green, did a great job of answering the questions and getting his point across, and I want to expose that. This is a good interview for all people that's trying to get courage. You'll hear the nervousness in his voice, but my man powered through and we got his message across. So here's Champ Green out of Oakland, California. This is Champ Green. He's coming out of Oakland, California. He's an Oakland-based recording artist. He's making moves in his music that I can see. He hasn't sent me any music yet, hint, hint. But you know what I mean? We're going to get there eventually. But again, this is Champ Green, guys. Welcome to the platform, man. Thank you for tuning in again. I appreciate you.
Man, for sure, man. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for having me, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, so let's jump right into it, man. I could see that you have a lot of music, Instagram library catalog. Not your posts, but the music, right? How did you go about getting your music onto Instagram?
You said, how did I go about it?
Yes.
Just pretty much, like, I guess I be getting help. I'm not like the most computer literate dude. So I be getting, getting my support from my buddies. At first I used to be honest, I was like anti, like social media. I mean, but this started like over 10 years ago. And then as I started like working in I had to be I'm sociable in real life, but I had to use, this tool for work. So I work in the mental health community. So other people wasn't, even though I thought I wasn't as experienced, I was more experienced than my directors was. So that's how I ended up started kind of using it more as a platform to share my music and to, I guess expand, my horizons and let people know who I am. I'm still got a long way to go, but I'm for sure happy from where I've came from. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, you said that you got a long way to go, right? And for a side note for the people that's watching the platform, a way to check the movements of an artist is to see how much music they have cataloged on social media, right? So that's what I did with you. And then I see that you got a lot of music cataloged. So you said that you had some help doing that. Is it through distribution that you got your music up there, or how did that work?
Oh, so well, my Mac Arthur Mays crew, but I've also, DistroKid. I've done DistroKid. I first started out with CD Baby, and just being independent and putting it up for myself. But really, it just really having a support system. I realize, especially in this music, and a lot of times you can get distracted by what's on other people's plate. You know what I mean? That's just, as it came into my mind as far as, working on your project or your craft, because you're looking at somebody else and you're thinking that they progressing like this, but you really don't know the behind the scenes. And it's like, you really just want to kind of just go at your pace and run your race. That's why I got like a slogan, like the turtle won the race. And the turtle didn't win the race based on like what the rabbit was doing. It just kept inching along. You know what I mean?
Right.
And wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Yeah. And that's how he ended up he or she winning the race. But yeah, but pretty much just having a support system and relying on the resources I do have versus the resources that I don't have. So
So
as
how do
time went
you,
on,
you spoke
I'm sorry.
you spoke on the resources, right? Like MacArthur Maze. Now that was going to be like a couple questions down, but since we're speaking on it, let's speak on it now. How did that coalition come about? How did you guys form that group? Because it's a real big thing to have support in this music. And when you don't know something, they will know something for you, right? So how did
Right.
you form this coalition with
Uh,
MacArthur Maze?
um, so we have been building for some years. Like we all solo artists, but we've been
Mm-hmm.
building like for years. Just especially like when the pandemic hit. So we would be going to each other's studio sessions. So it's a collective of us was DJs, producers, engineers, artists. So we would just be not only sharing our resources, but helping each other out far as in the studio, like, hey, say it like this, or maybe you should add this, or maybe you should go about doing that. And as the years went by, we like 5 years in the game. You know what I'm saying? And we've been doing that as a group as well, or a collective, but then it's also as single artists. So
Right. So as far as like when you said 5 years ago, what were you doing before 5 years? What made you want to really get into this music?
so I put out projects even before then, pushing your music. Like, where do you push your music at? Do you go here, or what's the proper way? And everybody swears up and down this is the proper way to go about doing it. But I think nowadays in the music, it's like the Wild Wild West, because just like you got people who, they may not even have a whole album and they make one song and it go viral and then they make it a deal from there. I think it's just really to be honest, especially I'm not a spring chicken like that. So I look at it just really like just keeping your authenticity, you know what I'm saying, and your creative integrity, you know. Uh-huh.
No, it's all good. I'm agreeing with you. So as far as like your creative integrity, what age were you at when it was like, okay, I got to get into this music. I'm about to do this. That's what
I
I was
tell
really
you what,
asking. Like,
so okay. I tell you what, so but my house had burned down at like 30 years old. I was 30 and my house burned down, right? So my house burned down and I just had I don't know, called an epiphany, but I told myself, I said I want to do a project, a album for myself, or mainly for my homies that went to my elementary school. It was called Elizabeth Sherman, and it was like the only basic plus like school in Oakland, and all my my homies that went to elementary school kind of they was hustlers. They did their thing. You know what I'm saying? And we had friendly competitions like the math Olympics where we would go to Mills College and we would battle other schools, you know what I'm saying, around Oakland. It was just a really cool experience. And also we had competitions like if, just say for example, Mr. Johnson's class is sitting right here and then Mr. Davis's class is sitting over there. It's like, 10 classes who they're assigned different, tables in the cafeteria. And at the end of the month, whoever had the best cleaning days, cleaning off they table, they would get McDonald's. So it was
mm-hmm.
like a friendly competition of just being inspired, and that's where I learned to get my inspiration from. So I was paying homage to all my partners who went to the elementary school with me because it propelled me to even uh, excel and just have friends to know how to have friends. So when I get in these other settings, I know how to treat a friend, how to be a friend. So that's kind of what it was for me. So I did that for myself, and then after that, I did one project, and then next thing you know, voila, I'm like 10 years in the game. I didn't dropped quite a few projects, but I only told myself I was going to do one. I wanted to do that for myself. And just to give a little backstory, at first I only freestyle. I never wrote. I had a hard time writing, but like, I thought, I was hot stuff. Like, man, motherfucker gonna sign me, and I'm just do all freestyles, man. If it ain't, I just, you young, you don't know, and at first it seemed like it was so far away. So I got hooked up first with my buddy who's in MacArthur Mays, producer, engineer named SK Slapwagon, and at the time my other buddies were getting studio time there. They was the Propane Gang, so they was getting studio time. And as I'm coming into my own, I asked them, I say, if you got any throwaway beats or things that you don't need, can I use them or whatever? They said, yeah, we'll see about it, whatever. And then next thing you know, he had a few beats. And then my other buddy, June, he had gave me like 6 beats, and all my buddies start, supporting me and sliding me beats, and voila, I had my project made. And then like the rest is history. And then later on down the line, I just started building, did projects with DJ 12, did some work with Grand National, and then now MacArthur Mays. So it's been uh-huh.
Me to cut you off, brother. I guess I'm stuff. I got a delay, but as far as what you're doing now, is it all independent? Have you had any label talks? Did you talk to any labels? Have you had anybody try to holler at you? What?
Nah, it's all independent. It's all independent. It's out the pocket. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful struggle, man, but I'm here for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I like to hear that.
Yep.
That's what this platform is about, bro. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get inspiration to aspiring artists. So that's why I'm talking to all independent people and asking them these questions. You know what I mean? So you're doing real good. Right. Let's go back to the platform library catalog, right? So at what point in time did you realize that your music was being added to Instagram to be used in people's reels?
Wait, say it one more time. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
So on Instagram, you can pick people's music to use in your reels, right?
Right, correct.
When did you or have you even noticed that you have music up there to be picked for people's reels?
It's a vegan cat. He used some of my music off my Agape Elephant in the Room project. Shouts out to Basta, who also in MacArthur Mays. It was a song that he did with me and Black Achilles, who's also in MacArthur Mays. And it went, I guess, mini viral or viral to me. It was like, and he's like a pretty reputable cat in his vegan situation. And it was super dope to tap in. And it was like my other buddy, my other homie London had sent me the reel clip, and I didn't even know. And he had used my music, and that was super dope. That was really super dope. Just those type of things in itself, because you know what I also realized about this game, and I realized that, none of this stuff is like, promised, because a lot of this industry is, like smoke and mirrors. It's like fake it to make it game. So to be able to, people to appreciate your music, it ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Just, that's an inspiration in itself for me, because we live regularly lives, and we're not like, not no superstar guy or no Hollywood, just regular everyday people. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, we all need encouragement. We all need encouragement,
right,
brother.
Right.
So
right.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So, yep. Like I seen that happen, and I seen a few of my reels go off. So that just was super dope. That was just super dope. You know what I'm saying? And it's getting to another, platform of people who may not even know me, but know my song. So that was dope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, I need people to hear that. That's why I asked that question, because that feeling, the elation, just to hear your music being played, that form of support right there in itself just keeps you going. And
Right.
I just want people to hear that.
Right.
All right, so let's get into some of your music, man. I got a few more questions I want to ask you. Let's get into some of your music. So I noticed that you have an old school, like 70% feel to your beats, to your music, and a 30% new school feel. How did you come up with that mixture? How did you come up with that? And then, you know what I mean? How are you honing that?
I, to be honest, it's like I love history. I like what's before me, and then I like what's in the present, and then also I look up to the, to the future. You know what I mean? It's just like even with style, like it's a lot of stuff that's, that I may like, but it may not be my cup of tea. So I'm kind of like a melting pot of game. You know what I'm saying? I try to, just game that's before me, digest that game, but come out and it being me. You know what I'm saying? Also staying, relevant to the times even though I may not conform to all the stuff that's going on, that as far as in style wise, but having appreciative for it, or appreciated it enough to where it's, some stuff I can digest and put it in my mix and see how it comes out. And then at the finishing product, it comes out like me, but I could be influenced by all these other different type of situations, like old school rap.
I hear it in your music. I hear it in your music.
Like I'm a big fan. Like I grew up on, like EPMD, listen to my brothers like EPMD, but Biz Markie or Scarface. I could go on and on, even from the Schultz to the Riches, you know what I'm saying? And then, even fast forward into the, whereas with Outkast or the Detroit scene, you know what I'm saying, with the, brothers that be, slicing that game, but I just spit it in my form, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so
like you said, man,
that's dope.
Yeah. And just staying inspired, because it's creativity and inspiration like all around. We just got to, be able to see it, and it's a lot of it is your outlook and how you perceive it and how you take it in. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. All right. So now I hear in a couple of your songs that you speak about the Oakland Crusaders, right? Which is a little league football team out here in Oakland.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Why don't you explain to us real briefly your ties to Oakland and why you call it home?
I'm born and raised here, and this is all I know. I kind of been everywhere in the mind, but Oakland is always home. You know what I'm saying? I ain't, I'm not passport shorty or nothing, but at the same time, man, you know what I mean? I didn't embrace a few states, but other than that, man, this is my home. And a lot of times, people say, yeah, man, you can't get big in your hometown. You got to go here, elsewhere. And for everybody, that's cool too. But I'm a warrior in every sense, of the word, with a golden state of mind. So, I'm standing on business right here to shine. You know what I mean? And
Absolutely.
and that's that's really where I'm at with it, man. I represent that concrete and and that street, what I mean, just regular everyday people, you know what I'm saying, who, just going from striving to thriving, you know what I'm saying, to really make it out here. And we the home of the players, but also the home of the Panthers. You know what I'm saying? And I figure that we very are authentic and artistic with this game, so I represent that. Right.
Might as well claim it, right? Yeah. So
right.
I seen you post some stuff about 510 Day that we really had out here in Oakland. And I wanna hear a little bit how you go about setting up them shows. How does somebody that's independent go about setting up shows like that? Because people out here, they wanna get into the shows, but they just don't know how. So how did you do it? How are you setting these shows up?
And that's just another a blessing for me because I too had, for years I didn't know, well, how do you go about that? And then also, like I said, I wasn't like computer literate like that. So I'm
Right.
not doing the email game on saying, hey, or whatever, or I'm not doing the LinkedIn to link up. You feel me? Because
Right.
I'm a more of a hand-to-hand combat game. You feel me? So
Yeah.
a lot of that because of my support, MacArthur Mays, it's a lot of moving parts. So, a lot of cats have connections and resources. And as I got more saturated in this game, just building, I started using my resources and connects and, and my community. You know what I'm saying? Like they say, it takes a village, to raise it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's what I have been using. I just been using by that each one, teach one, reach one process of, I'm learning to, let my voice be heard by, letting cats know, hey, not being afraid to upgrade or ask for help. You feel what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
also doing a lot of the work that some people may not do, like whether it's doing free shows or doing open mics. I've done a lot of whole open mics, man. It's been times, man, I didn't jump way across town, whether it's paying for gas, Uber, whatever, just to go perform at an open mic because my folks had an open mic going on and where they was at. It could have been in Antioch or somewhere or all the way up in Sackett for the free. But
Yeah.
putting
So
that work
just
in,
being out
planting
there.
that seed.
Just,
Right,
you just gotta be
right.
out there, man. You gotta be seen, bro. Yeah.
Right,
I hear what you're
right.
saying.
And it's just an investment in yourself because you are an investment, and just not
Right.
and not getting distracted or discouraged because you think you're supposed to be, this or that. Because, it's almost like again when I talk about, here go another food analogy, like, you got your plate of food, but you so busy looking at the next person's plate, you don't even see what you have yourself. And so you
Right.
losing already
Right.
just by taking your eyes off your plate.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's ways to get full off your plate, even if it ain't what you desire, but you got something to eat. Eat that until you can upgrade and get to the next level in the game. So that's just kind of been my motto, man. And like my homie D Blesso say, man, he say work until it works. And after that, then keep working. You feel what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So just keep
Keep
working
going.
until it works. That's all. That's all, man. Just keep working, blood. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. That's some good ass advice, man. That's some good advice. All right, I got one more question, and then we're gonna let you get up out of here. But as far as your projects that you got going on right now, what should people be looking out for right now from Champ Green
Uh,
as well as MacArthur Mays?
okay, so we just dropped Black Saturday, produced by DJ Sharp. You know what I'm
Oh, okay.
saying? Yeah,
Yeah.
produced by DJ Sharp. The Warriors DJ, man, world renowned player in the game, man, super
Yeah.
dope.
Fine.
Cat, man. He just also dropped a project with ST Spitting called Risk and Reward. Also, with all our producers, we dropped Black Saturday, Kimball's Carnival Edition, with production by DJ Basta, which is Roots and Branches, Noble,
Okay.
who that's the triple threat vet because he do our photos, visuals, and he do beats. You know what I'm saying? As well as SK from Slapwagon, man, super dope engineer, man, and also we just dropped. So Ian just dropped a new project with Overcast. Black Achilles just dropped a live out the way on Jay, a live audio album, super dope. So D Blesso just dropped East Bay Volume 1. This is all the stuff that's already out and that
Damn.
we
I mean, wait.
featured on and
Hold on. All y'all out of MacArthur Mays? Is that all
yeah,
MacArthur Mays?
that's all MacArthur Mays.
Damn. How deep are y'all, bro?
Probably about 9 or 10 deep. So it's probably like 5 or 6 MCs and 4 producers. Yep.
Damn, that's
And then
rough.
our shooter our shooter behind the scene is Josh. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a collective and a gumbo pot of good game. So, the
Really?
artists are
That's dope.
Rushenko, Rushenko, Ian Kelly, D Blesso, Black Achilles, and myself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay.
And also, so I'm got a project coming with Gizzle McFly pretty soon. I just dropped a new video with Jane Hancock, who our sister in the game. You know what I'm saying? She doing big things. I just dropped a video today. Patient Love, featuring her. And I
Okay.
got some new
Oh, I saw
projects.
that.
Yep.
I saw that with the flowers, right?
Yeah, yeah, yep. I
Yeah.
just dropped
I,
that like a few hours ago.
that
So
was that's dope, man. That's dope. I like the visuals on that. That's fire, bro. That's fire.
yeah.
When the hell am I gonna get some music though?
Okay, so yeah, I know. So you need me to send it what, like MP3 style or some shit like that?
Yeah, full MP3 file, man, just so I can get the levels right on my end. I don't like downloading from links because it don't sound right. It don't flow right with the show. So
Okay,
if you could
like
just
I told you,
email
right?
me an MP.
Okay, so I gotta get with my engineer to get you that shit. That's the only reason why I ain't sent it, because I
Okay,
don't. Yeah, that's
you
my
ain't
hang up.
computer literate.
No,
Yeah, I know. You told me. You told me you
so
ain't.
that's
Okay,
my real hang up.
yeah. I mean, this. Thanks for being honest, bro. Because I thought it was me. I'm like, damn. Wait, he don't think the platform raw enough or not? You know what I mean? But
Nah,
I
I,
don't feel that. I don't
yeah.
feel that. I don't feel that.
So right.
But
So I don't know how. I'm gonna make sure I get that together to get some MP3, get some music over,
yeah,
get some music over too.
yeah.
Yep, I'm gonna work on
Give it
that.
to me, man. I mean, it's gonna help you out, bro. It's always an avenue to help out more eyes and more ears. And I appreciate your support of this platform, even without having music over here, bro. I appreciate that. And that's one
No,
of the
no, man.
questions I wanted to ask you. That's what I want to ask you. Why are you supportive of the Bubble Podcast?
Because just like you give information, and also you're serving a a a a, giving a platform and serving cats that maybe wouldn't have a platform.
Right.
And you're discovering talent every day that's undiscovered, and need a shot. And you never know, like, again, you're planting the seed and you don't know when that harvest is gonna come. You know what I'm saying? And that right there is, you know, is that's a beautiful thing, because everybody, also what I realized before I let you go, everybody don't have courage enough to do that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody think they to this or to that, to say, hey man, let me reach out and do this or reach out and do that. So no, I'm trying to bubble with the Bubble Podcast, man. That's really what it's about. You feel
Yeah,
what I'm
I
saying?
love that,
You know,
man. That's what's up. Yeah.
that's
So
what it's about.
all right. So any before I let you get up out of here, any questions you got for me, or anything you want to ask me, or you want to tell me, or since we here semi face to face.
No, man, I'm gonna make sure I got a lot of stuff going on, but I'm gonna make sure I get some MP3 stuff to you, bud. I'm gonna make sure I
Okay.
get that to you, bud. And just
Yeah,
be on
that
the
works.
lookout for yep, and keep working until it works. We got new music coming down the pipeline from all the crew, from the collective and the individuals in MacArthur Maze. It's a beautiful situation. You know what I'm saying? And we here for it, man. And I just appreciate you for you sharing your platform with me, man. It's really cool.
Absolutely, man. You're absolutely, man. So everybody, we have been talking really, really intensely with Champ Green. He's coming out of Oakland, California. My man's a dope ass artist. Like I said, he's like 70% old school, which is what I like, 30% new school, which is what everybody else is going to relate to. And I suggest that you guys look at what he has coming down the pipeline. MacArthur Maze, I didn't know y'all was that deep. I'm about to start tapping in with a few of y'all, and we're gonna keep this thing lit. So
For
again,
sure.
if
Also,
Champ Green, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Be on the lookout. We got a new project coming out. It's called the Maze album, produced by Noble. So be on the lookout. Coming real soon. Yeah, we got
What
some lot of
platform?
cool stuff. It's gonna be on all plat everywhere where streamers stream. It's gonna be good. I'll keep you posted. Might have some exclusive
Okay.
stuff for you, so it's all
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, do that, man, because I'm gonna put it out there for y'all. All right. With that being said, man, I appreciate everybody for tuning in to another episode of the Bubble Podcast live interviews. Once again, with my man Champ Green. Be on the lookout for more of this stuff, y'all. So we're gonna tap in with y'all later. Until the next time, we out of here. I love y'all. Peace.